Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. This time I got the Hasbro Pulse exclusive VHS inspired 2-pack of Daredevil vs. Spiderman. This 2-pack retailed for $49.99. Currently it is sold out on Hasbro Pulse. I got lucky enough to get this about 3 or 4 days before it sold out. This was, I think, on PulseCon is when I bought it. Anyway, glad to have this 2-pack in, and we're going to start off with the box. So, as I said, this is VHS inspired, so it looks like, you know, 2 VHS tapes. Instead of saying VHS, it says Marvel Legends. You got the 2 characters' heads looking at each other down there, and a number 1 and a 2 up top there. I do like that. On the back of the packaging here, you can see the barcode. Not really important because, again, Hasbro Pulse exclusive. You got the 2 characters up there in a render. On the top, it says Spider-Man, and on the bottom, it's just got the legalese. Nice looking box. It's going in the recycling bin, though. What we're really here for is the figures. So Spider-Man is a villain of Spider-Man, who obviously showed up in the animated shows, such as Daredevil, but this figure did release before in the Spider-Man Far From Home wave, except he was not all this translucent blue. This translucent blue is really nice. They even added some detail to make it look like actual water, you know, with the effect pieces on his feet here, as well as this just subtle light blue paint, just to make it look, you know, more liquid-like. Before I actually take a look at his accessories, I wanted to put a black light on this guy. He shines really nicely on the black light. Daredevil not so much, but like that is just, you know, if you get this figure, you should see it in person with the black light. It's so vivid. It's great. So accessories wise, he does come with 2 effect pieces that go on his feet here. They're unique. You could swap it per foot, but ideally you'd want kind of like the flatter sides to be inward towards the figure. That's how you know which side goes on which. I didn't see like an L or an R on either of these. You can see that there's like a bit of a slope there to fit a foot, and it fits very easily on. You just shove it in there. I mean, it's a rubbery piece of plastic, but it is a little hard. I recommend going like at the ankle and then pushing it down into place. Pretty simple to put in though, and I'll probably be displaying him like that. Only other accessories that he comes with are a pair of fists. Nothing too special there, just a pair of fists. And he also comes with 2 gesturing hands that are unique to each other. This one's more open, like he's going to grab something. This one's more just kind of relaxed. Nice to get that. Kind of wish he came with some water effect pieces for his hands, but that's pretty decent what we got here. Daredevil, on the other hand, he comes with quite a lot of accessories. So hands-wise, he's got 2 that are holding his weapons, but let's look at the ones that he's not using. He has 2 open hands here. Not quite relaxed, but not quite grabby. Somewhere in between. The middle and ring finger are joined together. They are not separable. And of course, he comes with 2 fists. Weapons-wise, he does come with his sticks. I don't know the proper term for these, like akimbo sticks or something like that. And it does come with this plastic, not bendy, wire. It's got a held shape, but you can like warp it and put it in weird shapes if you want to, but it will revert back to its molded shape. I wonder how they molded this part, or rather how many they molded at one time, because it takes up a lot of space. I'm surprised they didn't do a bendy wire for that. And then here are his sticks, of course. These ones are a little warped just because I had them in the hands for a while. That and this piece was in them. It's pretty simple. There's just a hole in the top, and you plug them into either end, like so. There you go. But if you're not content with this wire, what instead you could do is actually put it in his leg holster here. I believe they go with the ribbed section upwards rather than downwards. And this could be a good way to like reform them if they've been warped like you saw on mine. But, you know, you can have him with those on his side. I'm probably going to have him with them in his hands, but I don't know. If I want to change it up, I'll probably just stick them in there. And he does come with two different head sculpts here. He comes with this angry expression, and he comes with this not angry expression. Apparently this is a different mold from the 3-pack version of Daredevil, but I don't have that figure, so I couldn't tell you. Good looking head sculpts. I'll go ahead and swap the non-angry head sculpt on so you can see what that looks like. There you go. And then on the back of the heads, they do have some wrinkle detail, although the non-angry head sculpt does have some like lines indicating like it's a mask, whereas the angry head sculpt does not. It's completely smooth. I do prefer the angry head sculpt, so that's what I'm going to have for the rest of the video. I just like how it looks. It's how I think of Daredevil. Just a little angry. Just a little. Alright, get him all situated here. There we go. So, since I started with Hydra Man, I might as well start again with him here. I do like this figure. It's nothing too interesting or unique besides it being all clear, transparent plastic, save for the shoulder joints here. The shoulder joints are opaque plastic, but, you know, it doesn't really get in the way of my enjoyment in this figure. That and also the pegs are... Oh, the lower pegs are also that color. So all the pegs as well as the shoulder joint there are the only pieces that are a solid opaque plastic. Everything else is clear. And if I can get, let's see, you can kind of see Daredevil through the torso there. It's not as easy in person, but on camera it's very easy to tell. I do like that. I'm a big sucker for these transparent figures. And this one pretty much completely reuses that Far From Home figure, save for the arms from here down. It might reuse a different figure, but I do wish, like I said, he came with some arm water effect pieces, but, you know, what is here is pretty nice. I even really like this facial print. This facial print is superb. Like, it just looks really good. I have absolutely no complaints with that. What I do have some complaints about is the articulation. You can see his neck here. That looks a little weird. But, you know, it gives him enough range to look up. Do note that this neck piece also uses that opaque plastic. I do worry, though, over time with that, because it's really stiff to twist. And it feels like it's going to break. And, you know, if you get this figure, just be careful with the neck piece and the shoulders. The knees and the elbows seem to be fine. I haven't had any issues. But with the hinge joints, I would be careful with those. I was going to say he... Peter, no. Okay. Let's get that head back up. It's kind of at a slight angle, the neck there. So you kind of have to angle that neck peg as well. But good range of movement in this head. Really creepy smile, but really well done. Nice figure. Articulation-wise, pretty standard stuff. He can't really crunch forward that far, only a little bit, which is kind of a bummer. He can get a full T, but there we go. There's the T. And maybe it's a little lower than a full T. Can he touch his own shoulder? With enough persistence, I think he could touch his own shoulder, at least with the other set of hands. He's got a swivel there. He can kick up pretty good. Don't see that too often in these figures. He goes above his ass. He can't kick it though. And you know, swivel here. No swivel there. Although it does look like it could be a swivel, it's not, which is unfortunate. Yeah, good figure, Hydra Man. But most people bought this 2-pack, myself included, for this Daredevil figure. This Daredevil figure is cell shaded. I almost said that. Cell shaded, and is on the Renew Your Vows body, just like the prior Daredevil figure. And this cell shading looks really good. Let me see if I can get it better. That looks better. So you can get a better look at the cell shading. It uses that cross-hatch pattern, which I think if they didn't use that, this figure would be dead on arrival. In person, this figure looks great. I have no complaints with this figure. I like the black on top of the red. I kind of wish it was a dark red. I know black is more accurate to the source material, but I feel like a dark red on top of the bright red would look really cool, cell shading wise. As you notice, though, the gloves and the boots are not cell shaded. That is intentional. That is how it was. They even got some cell shading on the back here, mostly on the thigh, the calf muscle, the forearms, and a little bit on the shoulders, bicep, and a pretty decent amount on his back here. I'm surprised they added any paint on the back here. He does not have any on his ass, though. I would like to point that out. Plenty on his crotch, none on his ass. So if you're into customizing, you could do that. He's even got self-shading on his pouch here for his sticks. You know, this is the Renew Your Vows body. There's not much to say about articulation-wise, but, you know, it's because it's on that body, you get some pretty good articulation. I do wish it had the hinge disc swivel, or whatever it's called, in the neck, but, you know, pretty good poses out of this guy. Can do some of this. Hold on. Twist it like that. You know, you can get, and then if you wanted to get this, you know, you could, I'm saying you could do some great poses with this figure. I think that's the great thing about this body. I know some people have issues with the shoulders being too low, and, you know, I get that, but I do feel that because how good the articulation is on these Renew Your Vows figures, even the toe bend down here, I think that, you know, any proportionality issues are very minimal. I'm not saying they're not, you know, there, or they're not valid things to criticize, but, you know, just having that articulation is enough for me, and I think for most people. His belt here is free moving. It's not attached anywhere as far as I can tell. So you could have it up, you could have it down, you could twist it to the side a little bit. So a lot of playability in this figure, and it's really well done. I think they did a great job on this Daredevil. So let's go ahead and move on to our size comparisons. Hydra Man here stands approximately 6 3/4 inches, and Daredevil is closer to 6.5 inches tall. Alright, let's start off with our Marvel Legends figures. I recently just picked this one up. I found an Ollie's near me, and I got a Tracksuit Mafia. Just one. I would have got more than one, but I thought one was fine. $10 for that figure. I don't think that's bad, but, you know, at least my Daredevil has a figure to fight. Stay tuned for that review. Might be next week, might not be. Just depends on what I'm looking at. See, so that's the only like Marvel Legends villain I brought down from my shelf. So let's get some heroes in here. So in between these two, I'm gonna put the 2020 retro card Spiderman. Still love this figure, and he looks great next to that Daredevil. They share a very similar color red, but you know, with Spidey being web-lined, it kind of distinguishes him from Daredevil. These two look so good together. Speaking of Spider-Mans, let me go ahead and grab in next week's review. Tom Holland Spider-Man, final swing suit. I just got that from the Big Bad Toy Store restock. You know, from a blind superhero to one with one eye, we got Cyclops. And the last review I did, Marvel Legends-wise, here's Wong from the Strange and Wong 2-pack. Just to give you an idea of some of them next to some other Marvel Legends figures. Really love how Spider-Man looks next to that Daredevil. I really like that. Might have to keep them on the shelf together. Oh, and as a bonus one here, they are next to Storm Shadow. I don't have too many other villains, but I don't know. Who would win in a fight, Storm Shadow or Daredevil? Let me know in the comments. Alright, now let's get all of our usual size comparisons in here. Build-A-Figure Atrocitus, Gold Label Arkham City Batman, both of those McFarlane DC Multiverse, the Jazzwares Halo Spartan Yoroi from the Spartan Collection, Moving on to our wrestling figures, the AEW Unrivaled Samoa Joe and the Mattel WWE Elite 100 John Cena. Back to our 6-inch scale stuff. Here's Scarlet Spidey. We get the Star Wars Black Series Retro Card, Boba Fett, always a mouthful. The G.I. Joe Classified Tiger Force Outback. And the Power Rangers Dino Thunder Black Ranger from the Lightning Collection. So, I think this 2-pack is worth it. Hydro Man's kind of a weird choice to pair with Daredevil. Not as weird as like Morbius and Doctor Strange. That makes sense, but again, kind of weird. You know, you got this guy you can't see and a guy who's basically water. Again, like this 2-pack. If you're getting this just for the Daredevil, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I know some people are still waiting on like a Daredevil that looks similar to this with the wrist wrappings, but I think that this is a great Daredevil to get, and you know, unfortunately he is sold out on Hasbro Pulse, so you know, if you're looking at aftermarket prices, you know, good luck. There is always a chance that this comes back in stock at any time. Hasbro's kind of weird about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments down below if this is your favorite version of Daredevil, or if you'd prefer another one Marvel Legends has made. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.